Hey everybody, welcome back. Today is going to be more yard stuff because it's still lovely outside and there's so much to do. I still have several garden boxes to turn over. I did finish adjusting the height of the boards. If you saw one of my last videos, you saw that I was doing that because I had left, when I built these, I'd left gaps in them, which aesthetically looked kind of cool, but functionally, dirt kind of just slowly comes out of it when you water the box. Seems obvious now. But yeah, so I finished all of that, I think, pretty sure. Mostly sure. But I am in the process of turning the dirt in the garden boxes. So I've done 3 of the big boxes, and then I have 2 of the smaller ones, the square ones, and then 1 big one left to do. So I want to start working on that a little bit again today. And then my parents, you're being crazy, Aurora. And then my parents are going to come over and help do various things. I think my dad wants to try digging up the old metal T-bar post thing that I have that used to be used for like the clotheslines for drying. There used to be 2 T's, I would assume, because that's how those worked. You would have string that went between the 2 of them and then hang your stuff out to dry on there. So they removed the infamous unknown they removed one of them, but not the other one. So it's just there. So I think my dad wants to try to dig that up. We'll see. That could also just be like a dig it part the way and then borrow a grinder and cut off the pole and then like cover the rest of that back up. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It depends like how deep it goes, and it seemed pretty sturdy. So I think that post and the cement probably go pretty deep. But there's still patio digging that can happen. There's still unearthing the old pathway and like adjusting that can happen. So there's a whole variety of things. So I've got my hair put up, I've got my hat, and I am ready to go. No, you're not coming with me. It just cracks me up that it is like almost 70 degrees and has been for the last like 3 days, and yet this is still frozen. This is all ice in here. Granted, it's not like solid ice, it is coming apart easily, but now this is where, if you've seen my older videos, last summer, late summer, I had gotten a nectarine tree, I think, to put here, and I dug the hole, but it was like kind of hard. I had to soak it to finish digging it and let that sit overnight, and while I let it sit, somebody that night jumped my fence and stole my tree. So I got a bush to replace it. It's a black lace elderberry bush. But by the time I got it, it was kind of late in the season, so I just buried it in the pot under mulch, and then now I'm putting it in. Now the tough part is I don't fully know if it survived or not, so we'll just kind of have to see. So something kind of ridiculous is I find this all over my yard when I'm doing digging. This is an old style sewage pipe leading from the house, so they replaced that some time ago. And then instead of throwing away the old like ceramic sewage pipe, they just broke it up, scattered it around the yard, and over time it became buried. This is probably one of the biggest pieces of it that I have found, and you can really see like the glaze on there. But yeah, there's just pieces of this all over my backyard constantly. now the tough part is we have to figure out how to get it out of the hole. It's St. Patty's Day weekend. And are we going out partying? No, we are not. We are avoiding that downtown crowd. We're going to go outside and do some gardening. I will also give you a status update on the tea laundry pole thing because we couldn't get it out of the hole. It was very, very heavy. So there's a solution. We've got came up with a plan and stuff, and now it's just kind of me executing the plan. It's a little bit chilly outside today, so I'm taking a sweatshirt out because I might get cold. Okay, got my coconut water, got my gloves. You're staying because you don't have a harness on. Love you. No, you're staying inside. You're staying inside. Otherwise, you have to put a harness on. Just kidding. You're staying inside. Don't make me fight you. I'll fight you. I'll do it. I'll fight you. What do you think is going to happen here? What? You have to put your harness on. Okay, so here's the update on the T pole. So you can see it's pulled up out of the hole, but it's just very heavy. So I have a miniature jackhammer thing. So I've been using that to try to break up some of the cement just to make it less heavy for pulling out of there. It's going to take a bit, and using that jackhammer is pretty exhausting. It's just very it's got some weight to it, but it's also very physical because it's got a lot of pressure to do what it does. So I have to do it in kind of bite-size pieces. But from that, I got a lot of dirt to put towards the garden box that I want to put over here. It's not going to be the same height as my other garden boxes because it's more of an aesthetic one, but I will probably also still grow some produce over here as well. And here's my winter harvest. These look pretty awful. I actually kind of forgot these were out here, but hopefully the beans inside can be harvested, and then I'm probably not going to cook them. I'll probably just plant them again. And then today I am focusing on putting some stuff in the compost pile. I got scraps from the grocery store. So that's everything that they were just going to be throwing out. And it's either it goes into the trash or they just give it to somebody who wants it for chickens or compost or whatever. So there we go. Editing Morgan here. My phone was about dead when I was finishing up all of that, so what I was recording as my like, hey, thanks for coming, it's been great to see you, that I like the camera kind of froze or something just because the battery was so low, I guess. So it got footage, but it was like not the right footage. It was kind of weird. So I'm just popping in here to say basically that was it. That's what you saw. Got the garden boxes turned over. I've got one more to do, but it requires pulling out strawberries and either putting them back in the same box or putting them in a different box. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, there's a lot of good progress happening. It's very exciting, and things are starting to turn green, and my seedlings are doing really, really well. I will probably show you those in the next video. So if you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That helps in the algorithm. If you want to, come back and see more, subscribe, stick around. Let's see you again. I do house projects. My house is about 100 years old and requires a lot of work. It has never been updated in its life. Well, okay, in its life, but it's been a while. It's been a while. And the yard used to be just a vast plain of nothingness. So I have been continuing to work on that, and I try to grow as much food in my garden as I can for the year. And I just keep adding more. So that's kind of what happens here. Occasionally I cook things and go places. So I have a lot of exciting things planned for this year, and I would love to have you come back and check them out and hang out with me. But I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you next time.